What is up, mental patients? My name is Tormental, and today I am going to unlearn racism. I don't know if I actually need to unlearn racism. Now, that's probably what a lot of people say. Everybody's like, I'm not racist, but, X, Y, and Z. So we're going to find out if I actually am racist. I don't know. Possibly. This may be a groundbreaking video for my channel. This may be... this may be the point where a lot of people unsubscribe. How are you going to celebrate 6,000 subscribers? I'm going to celebrate 6,000 subscribers by cutting it in fucking half. But yeah, I just saw this interesting website. I saw it was sort of like a game. So I figured before I actually look at it, let me turn on Fraps, let me start recording, and see if anything funny happens. I don't know. Right now we got this little blue dude with things leaving his brain. Unlearn it. It sounds a little Orwellian, but this is okay. All right, so now we are loading, and the loading dots are orange.
How racist are you?
Oh, how racist am I? Here's the thing. Personally, and I've had this discussion before because I use the internet, and if you use the internet, people are going to call you things. I think I actually am not racist. I may be that rare person who's completely in the dark about their own bullshit. But I could tell you stories, and it's anecdotal shit, but whatever. I could tell you about how, gosh, when I was like 4, 5, 6 years old, and this is going to be real talk. So strap yourself in for some real talk. When I was 4, 5, 6 years old, I don't know, somewhere around that point, I was waiting in the car with my friend and his sister. 3 kids, okay? Sister was a little bit older than the rest of us, okay? And while we're waiting in the car for my friend's mother, this guy goes walking by the car. And the older sister, as we're waiting in this car for their mother, the older sister leans out of the car window as this guy goes by, and she yells, "Chocolate face!" And in that moment, at 5 years old to 6 years old, whatever the fuck I was fucking mortified. I felt like, I don't want to use the terminology, but this is, the best way I can think of to describe it. It's an overused term. I felt unsafe in this car with this girl because I was like, oh my god, what just happened? Why did this happen? Holy shit. And I had no idea what to do. I was like in pants-shitting terror because I was in the car with a racist. And I was like, oh no, what do I do in this situation? Do I leave? Do I get out of the car with her? What do I do? So when the mother came back to the car, I was still like in shock. I didn't know what the fuck, was even going on. So my friend, her little brother, says to the mother right away, "A black guy walked by the car and she called him chocolate face." And the mother hauled off and slapped the daughter right across the face immediately right then and said, I guess this was a problem that she'd had before because she was like at her last straw. And this is, in the 1980s. This isn't like, this is during the heyday of the last throes of the heyday of child abuse where you could slap your kid in public. But yeah, I'm old. How are you today? I'm old. So I think I'm not racist. I've done and said and thought nothing in my life that has been racist.
Nice. Glad to hear it. Maybe you can help someone else unlearn racism.
Okay. That sounds like a good idea. I'm helping all of my subscribers.
Every day, we're exposed to all sorts of stereotypes and one-sided information.
Okay.
Stuff like history.
Whoa, wait. History is...
The news.
I mean, history is told by
Movies.
the winner, but history in general is biased?
And even those around us have all shaped our attitudes towards other people.
Yes.
We believe what we're told, and we judge people too fast.
I know someone's wearing a bow, which I know is a gender indicator, and that's wrong.
Take Marcus, for example.
Marcus.
He's just like you.
I am not a blue pill?
Ever since he was born, his head has been filling up with all kinds of junk.
Wow! We're
going to help him start to unlearn racism by trying to see both sides of every story. You ready, Marcus?
Wow. This is fucking Orwellian. ever since, he was born, or whatever the fuck they said, Marcus's head has been filling up with junk. Look at all this troublesome, problematic junk. Why, right here, there's a notion of a personal identity. Now, alright, scroll down to continue. What? Oh, okay.
Racism doesn't affect us. We're lucky enough to live in a society where everyone has equal job opportunities.
Well,
right?
Those are not mutually exclusive things. You're conflating the two. I don't know.
In 2009, a UBC professor sent out 6,000 fake resumes to various online job postings.
Okay, so a single researcher.
The well-qualified applicants had either Canadian, Chinese, Indian, or Pakistani-sounding names.
Okay.
Guess which group got almost 40% more callbacks?
Chinese, because Asians are the
Clue.
highest paid.
It wasn't the
most
Chinese,
employed.
Indian, or Pakistani-sounding
names. Oh,
names.
okay. All right. Okay, so it was the Canadians.
What has Marcus just unlearned?
Okay, wait. Let's dial this back a bit. Okay, a single professor. I don't know who this is, what his credentials are. You're not citing anything. A single, and I don't want to come out like I'm just gonna. I didn't know if I was gonna pick this thing apart when I started it. Because I just saw Are You Racist? And I saw it was an actual game with graphics. And I thought, oh, well, that sounds like it could be interesting, fun, a strange, one-off thing to put on my channel. A single professor sent off 6,000 resumes. And the majority of the people who were contacted back were Canadian-sounding names. Which I don't know, would that be like Pancake Gretzky or, Moose Moose the Lumberjack or something? I don't know. What has Marcus just unlearned? He unlearned that racism doesn't affect us, or am I supposed to answer positively that racism does affect us? You're not being clear. Okay. Racism doesn't affect everybody because there are people who get through life without having problems with racism. Probably mostly white people, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, let's see. Boop.
Racism does affect us, right, Marcus?
You asked me what he unlearned. You gave me an X
some more.
and corrected me? He unlearned that racism doesn't affect us. What the You just graded me wrong when I answered correctly. Well, correctly for the test. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing anymore. All right.
Racism is a thing of the past.
Well, it is
Everybody
in the past.
Gets along
it's
fine
been throughout
nowadays,
history.
Right?
I mean, the past is yesterday and previous, so racism has been all the way. Everybody gets along fine nowadays.
Imagine
well,
if the
that's
government
clearly
decided your culture was inferior and you were forced to move away from your family, friends, and community.
Huh. Are we talking about when Canada was taken from natives? Or?
That's what happened to many Aboriginal children as a way to assimilate them into a supposedly superior Canadian culture.
I thought you Canadians were talking about when you stole your country, but that's right.
It was called the residential school system, and it was hugely traumatic for the children and families involved.
Yes, it was. That's a horrible fucking thing that was done, and I believe...
Despite an official apology by the Canadian government in 2008, many Aboriginal people are still dealing with the long-term effects.
Yeah, I know. That's true, and that's terrible.
What has Marcus just unlearned?
Okay, wait a minute. Point number 1. Racism is not a thing of the past. Of course, we have racism currently, and we will probably have racism forever as long as there are races and independent thought. Because that's how people roll. People are bastards. And, sometimes people are unintentionally bastards and don't think. But what does that have to do with Aboriginal children being shipped off to Canada to be melded into the community? Why does that prove that racism is not a thing of the past? And I still don't know what am I supposed to... Which answer am I clicking here? Because Marcus just unlearned, because he had previously learned, so he's unlearned that racism is a thing of the past. So am I supposed to click racism isn't a thing of the past? Okay, you guys phrased your questions wrong. You guys are idiots. Look at all that junk coming out of his head. Look at all that crap. Get all that bad thought out of your head.
Let's unlearn some more.
Let us wash that out for you. Okay. You got to admit, I disagree with racism, and I agree with the general message of, hey, everybody, let's get along and stop being shitheads to each other, etc. and so forth. I agree racism exists. I agree that everything they're mentioning here is terrible. I don't necessarily agree with the professor sending out 6,000 things, because what was the information on that? I don't know what they're citing, but I can't really say I endorse something when I don't know what it is. But you have to admit, even though you and I most likely agree that racism is a shitty thing that needs to die, even though you have to admit this is a pretty Orwellian game right here. This is like 1984 shit up in this piece. You need to unlearn the unwords because it's double plus ungood. Is that? I don't know. All right.
There's nothing we can do to eliminate racism.
Lies.
We all make judgments, assumptions, and decisions based on race, right?
Okay. There are things we can do to eliminate racism. That would be
every day our view of the world is manipulated by a system that usually only tells the winner story. So we all need to step back and try to see the whole picture.
Are you fucking kidding me?
We need to ask more questions.
We only hear the winner's story. Are you kidding me?
We need to unlearn racism. There's
I don't know, maybe Canada's a lot different from the United
racism.
States, but...
Right, Marcus?
I never just learned the winner's story in school or anywhere else, so I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Plenty.
Great job. You've helped Marcus start to unlearn racism.
All right.
So why not share this site and help someone else?
Holy shit, why is he saying I'ma share it?
Don't go yet, though.
Fuck.
Scroll down to unlearn even more racism.
Oh, you name him Marcus, and you give him a sideways hat, and you make him say I'ma share it? What the fuck are you guys doing? What are you doing right now? There's nothing inherently wrong with it, of course, but for your message that you're trying to so ham-handedly bludgeon people with, that's a big faux pas, I would think. I don't know. God. So, in summary, I agree that there's nothing you can do to get rid of racism, barring, certain extreme, very extreme actions. But yeah, I don't know if there's more to this. If there's more to this, I might do another stupid video like this. I don't know, what do you guys think? This is like something new for my channel, because I don't really, I say what I fucking think. I play games like Life is Strange, and I say, what a bunch of bullshit from French hipsters. So, if you liked this video, I might do more stuff like this, I don't know what else, other things I can find, stuff like, are you a Mennonite? I don't know what the fuck. Other tests, ideally with little animations that are disturbing. Like opening up a child's head and ripping his thoughts out. I don't know, man. There might be more to this. If you want to see more, let me know. If you are very offended, remember the offense is taken, not given. I don't mean to offend anybody. I just, am sort of looking at this aghast at how unwittingly horrifying it is. Goodbye, everybody.